Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to have a follow-up video to this video that you should come and see if you're interested in doing really cinematic photography and getting a very movie-like look. I'm going to post it really soon after I post this video, so be sure to come back and check it out. This video is a review for the YIM1 Micro Four Thirds Mirrorless Camera. So why am I reviewing this camera? Because about a year ago, another YouTuber reviewed the camera, a guy I really respect. I watch all of his videos. And he dismissed it pretty quickly out of hand. This reviewer often really likes the high-end Ferraris of cameras, the cameras that clock in around usually a base of $1,200 and go up to $10,000. So I could see why a little Micro Four Thirds pocket guy might not excite him. But after I read the specs, I thought, well, I'd love to check this camera out myself. So I contacted the people and they were kind enough to send me the camera, the full kit. So I had a camera, I got this wide to medium lens, and I got a telephoto lens for doing macro, and I'll get back to all these in a minute. So if you're new to photography, which I don't know if some of you are or aren't, if you're here because you may have seen this camera and you're not sure if you should buy it or not. Is it for you? Well, to start off, Micro Four Thirds cameras are a very small camera. They have a small sensor. However, this sensor is made by Sony. Even though it's a Chinese camera, it has a great Sony sensor. The sensor looks beautiful. It's 20 megapixels. It's tack sharp, and I've gotten great color fidelity and results out of it. I'm very impressed with it, for starters. It also has 81 focus points, which is nice. So you can tap around the back of the screen and pick which one to get in focus. Really quick and easy. The base camera comes with a 12 to 40 millimeter lens. And if you don't know Micro Four Thirds photography, you double the focal length. So a 12 millimeter becomes effectively a 24, and a 40 becomes an 80. So in layman's camera terms, it comes with pretty much a 24 to 80 millimeter lens, which means it goes from wide to semi-telephoto. Not really, you can't really do sporting events, but enough to get a nice good looking portraiture. If you zoom in, get a nice bokeh, soft focus behind you. It also came with this lens, which is effectively an 85 millimeter used for macro photography. And I'll put a few shots up right now I took with this. I'm not really a macro photographer, but I got some great shots of the plants this last spring. Yeah, so I've been using this camera for a year. It's been about 1 year since they sent it to me, and I've been shooting with it on and off, occasionally swapping it out with my professional gear to see what I get. And so I'm putting some of the pictures up so you can see them all through this video. You can see different shots I took with this camera throughout the year. Some of the ones with the models were done with this camera and a simple off-shoe strobe. Very simple setup. It worked great. I had zero problems with this camera. The cameras, I usually shoot everything in manual. I'm a manual shooter. I like to set every little thing from ISO to shutter speed to aperture, because sometimes I want to get looks that aren't automatic. A lot of times when you shoot, say with your cell phone, you get a great shot, but it's an automatic shot. I have this saying I say these days, which when I went to school and I shot on actual film, and you got about 24 shots to a roll, I used to say it was hard to take a good picture back then. You'd know what you were doing to get a good picture. These days, with cell phones and everything, it's hard to get a bad picture. But with a cell phone, you lose a lot of control. No matter how much they try and tell you, we're giving you all these widgets for soft focus and focal and exposure, you still don't get a lot of control on a cell phone. But with a regular camera like this one, you can go to manual mode, and then you can set everything. You can get nice rich blacks, brighter whites. You can make the eye go to what you want to focus and shoot on. But I'll tell you, with this camera, I was shocked that when I put it into P mode, which stands for program, most cameras with dials will have a P, so you'll call it perfect mode for slang. Wow, it was hard to get a bad shot. The autofocus was fast and responsive. I never missed a shot, which I thought was fantastic for such a little camera. So who is this camera for? Well, right now, December 2018, it has a price point of $249, $250 on Amazon for the base kit, which is the wide to medium telephoto and the camera, and like $299 for the full kit, which is with the macro lens. So it's very affordable, especially right now. The price is amazing. It does the work that a comparable $600 to $800 camera would do. I would say if you're looking to get away from a cell phone and want to get into swappable lens photography, I would absolutely recommend this camera for you if you're a first timer. Also, if you're a student, if you're a high school or college student and you want to get into interchangeable lens photography, it's a great camera for you. It'll help you up your Instagram game a lot. You'll be able to take the kind of shots other people have and wonder how they get them. It also does, if you're into video, the video is very nice. It's got image stabilization. It has 4K 30 and up to 60 frame 1080p. And I'll put some of that video up here so you can see it. I thought it looked very nice, looks great. The other one I shot was the Palace of Fine Arts here in San Francisco. You can see the quality. I believe some of these are shot at the 60, then slowed down to 24, so they have a nice kind of dreamy slow motion effect to them. So overall, that's my general consensus. I'd say it's definitely a buy if you're looking for something in the $300 or less range for a camera. Now, it's not without downsides. There's the biggest one I found really was that the back of the camera, the touch screen, is not as responsive as I think we've all been used to and kind of spoiled with over time for tapping on it. Sometimes I would tap on an area and I'd be trying to set something and I'd tap again. It would take, but I think the touch screen's lag, best way to describe it, it's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely kind of laggy. I think that's part of why the price is so low. I think they're probably not going with a higher type of touchscreen. If they make a YIM2, that's one of the things I would recommend to see if you can get a more responsive touchscreen on the back of your camera. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's got everything I use. It's got manual focus zebras, so if you are a manual focuser, you can get that nice sharp focus on the back. And I hope this review is helpful for you if you're interested in the YIM1 camera. If you have any questions about it or comments about it, feel free to leave them in the comments section. If there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, either about this camera or other things involving photography, please leave a comment. I look forward to hearing them. And I hope you come back to check out my follow-up video where I show a super cool trick you can do with this camera, which I do all the time, and people ask how I get very cinematic looking shots, and I will show you how I do that. So thanks for coming. Hope you come back, hit the subscribe and bell icon, and thanks for coming. See you next time. Bye.